Welcome to XBI Podcast.
One.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to XBI. I am your host, the sexy one that looks like Henry Cavill, the crazy one, Mr. Crazy Louie. What's up, everybody? How is everybody doing on the chat? So, yeah, guys, we have a bunch of interesting topics to go through today, and also our brother Mr. Joanna Dark is not here, so that means I get to do whatever I want today, and no timeouts for me. Yes, all right.
Nope.
No timeouts for me.
No,
I get
sadly,
to do what I want. What?
Crazy. I'm sorry, but you're mistaken. Because you see, we still have a sour blow here that can throw you into timeout.
Exactly.
You watch your P's and Q's, buddy.
Yeah, he thinks
We're on to you.
You're on to me? No, because if Mr. Joanna Dark is not here, he's the one who says timeout. Put him on timeout. So if he doesn't put me on timeout, nobody can put me on timeout. So I'm free today. I get to say whatever I want.
We'll see. We'll see.
We'll see about
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
So today we're gonna talk about a lot of Leisure Suit Larry and all that stuff today. We're gonna have such a fun show. Yes, we will. Yes, we will. And Chuck Norris game. Yes, we want the Chuck Norris game to come. Yes. So, anyways, guys, let's introduce my brother, Mr. Sour Blow. How are you doing today? What have you been playing, sir?
Well, before I start introducing myself, I'm just gonna, a little example of what could happen because he thinks he's not.
Thinks he's bulletproof.
Yeah, he thinks he's bulletproof. He thinks
What?
because Mr. Joanna Dark is not here that he's just gonna have a full like a leeway. No, you get your time out too. So anyway, I have been playing Guardian of the Galaxy. I've been having a blast. Unfortunately, I haven't been having much time lately. I've been doing a lot of little things. And well, a lot of things that are kind of bigger too, but and my son also has been sick, but I've been having such a blast with Guardian of the Galaxy. Like, it's so funny. I love the interactions between Drax, Gamora, Rocket. It's amazing. I think those three, the relationship between those three, it's just hilarious. I love it.
I think you could put me out of timeout right now, can't you?
Oh, you sure?
You forgot something. Sorry,
okay.
Sarah. Yeah.
Okay, you're
forgot to
back.
press
You're
the button
back.
again.
It's just that was just a little taste of what could happen.
Yeah,
He doesn't seem enthused at all.
yeah. That was not nice. That was not nice. But y'all gotta put me in timeout like that for such a long time. Like that. I mean, I know Mr. Joanna Dark is not here, but don't put me like that. Such a long time, man. I mean, that's just me, man. Seriously, stop bullying me. I'm such a nice guy. Mr. Silent Cypher, how are you doing today, sir? And what have you been playing?
I am doing fantastic. Thank you for asking, Louis. Yeah, no, you know what? I got some more gaming in again this week. I feel like I'm actually getting into a trend of playing some games again, which there for a minute I did not get the opportunity. So I ended up jumping into Guardians of the Galaxy as well.
Oh, nice.
We got a little ways into it. We didn't get very far, but my son was hanging out with me and kind of co-piloting that, so that was fun. Been playing some more GTA 5 again, and then I dipped into some of the oldies again. I bounced back into Alan Wake, the remaster that came out this last year, which funny story. I wish I had a picture of it right now that I could throw up to sample it. I'll have to put it on Twitter later. But there's an issue with my copy of the game. And I don't know if it's just Series S or if it's just my install of it or whatever. But the landscaping is messed up. And so like I've got these weird artifacted images all over the ground where grass and stuff is supposed to be, and they're like sticking out of the, I don't know. It's hard to explain.
Is it a physical? Oh, a digital or physical?
Yes, yeah. So it is a digital copy.
Okay.
I would be very curious, like as to if other people have run into it as well, because it is by far the weirdest thing I think I've seen on a game recently. Like I don't usually see these, but it almost looks like it's an artifacted placeholder. It's weird.
I was gonna tell you, if it was physical, keep
Yeah.
it and just make sure.
Oh, I know. Keep it
Keep
for
it as
years
a-
and sell it down the
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. No, so that's what I've been up to. It's just fun jumping back into Remedy games in general. I downloaded Quantum Break and Alan Wake, and I've got Control on there again, and I just kind of want to do the deep dive, especially after I saw the new Remedy news about remasters and remakes. So
that's got us a little bit excited today, huh? Because really,
for sure.
yeah, actually some good news, man. Because we waited some good news to drop by. Well, me, what have I been doing? Well, I can tell y'all. What was it? Sunday? What did I do last Sunday? Besides having her talk Vin laugh at me all day, because seriously, he was just laughing at me because he said, "Hey," I was like, "Let me play Resident Evil, The Village," right? So I played on Sundays for 4 hours Resident Evil Village. Like for the first an hour and a half, I was freaked the crap out of me. I was all scared because seriously, there's just a lot of pop scares, especially the one where Mr. Pat Jew said, "Hey Louis," because I play like this. I usually play games with one ear out and with just one headphone on, because I like, since I'm on Twitch at the same time, I like to hear my voice over at the speaker, see if everything's good. Because I don't know why my headphones all of a sudden, like after like an hour or two, they start getting like a static in them. I don't know why that happens.
I play like that because of the kids, to like, in
Yeah.
case I hear anything, I'm able
So
to.
so Pachu says, put on the headphones, right? So I put on both headphones on, and all of a sudden something popped out, man, and I actually jumped off the chair, threw the headphones off. It scared the heck out of me. So that's what I did on my Sunday. I played Resident Evil 4. I mean, what for? Resident Evil Village, and I'm gonna continue to on Saturday and on Sunday to beat it. Also, what else did I do? I played I played a bit of Venom Ring, and that's about it. And a little bit of Fortnite, stuff like that. I just did some simple things this weekend. But yeah, I'm having so much fun with the Resident Evil game. It's such a good game, really. It's got a good plot to it, and it's a lot of fun. It's actually way better than Code Veronica.
That's not very difficult to do, right? Like,
I know. Yeah, I know.
I feel like if we had a game that was just a complete dumpster fire and was just like failing and crashing on us every 2 or 3 minutes, it'd be better than the tank controls in that game. But it's just my opinion.
All right. So now, guys, why don't we just start with all of our topics? We got a bunch of little, we got a.
Before that, Crazy, why don't we,
What's up?
shout out the chat?
Oh yeah, but I was gonna say, I was gonna tell y'all let's head on to this thing, but I was gonna say before that, let's shout out to the chat. But wait, we gotta let me announce this real quick. We got a bunch of news, little news that's been happening during the week and all the stuff that's been going on. There's not a bunch of things to talk about lately because I don't know why. This news has been slow, huh, guys? What do you think is going on? I think something big is gonna happen soon, though. I keep scratching my head
The
like
I mean, there've
like
been
so.
some news. There've been some news.
yeah,
Yeah, the
there's
GD.
there's a little bit, but
I think we've
it's the
been
quiet before the storm.
yeah. I think
Yeah,
we've been to a little bit accustomed now to these
yeah.
huge big news that even though this week, if you think about it, they have been some news, since last Wednesday to this Wednesday. But, we've been accustomed to these huge news now that we find these not that, not so much of a big enticing news. But there has been some nice news going around.
There's been a couple things. So yeah, let's start by saying hello to the chat, and then we'll head out to the news part. So let's start with Mr. Tony Grasso. Hello, Tony Grasso, and welcome here to our episode. What's up? What's up? What's up, Sean Ham? How are you doing, sir? Jordani Quesada, man. I understand the pain you're feeling, man. I hate root canals. They are so freaking painful, man. Really, I wish you could get better soon, and I wish you just go to the dentist and get that thing done because that is annoying. Oh man, I just thinking about it. The pain. Oh, whoa, whoa. Can't just stop talking about it. Big Mad Mo, how are you doing? So, and I actually got your
got
name
it
right
right.
today. Yes,
Good.
I did.
Yeah.
Yes.
Also, so Joanna's the one that makes you, not
What?
say his name right. Because
Yeah, it's
Joanna
Joanna's
Dark is
fault.
not here. So
That's
let's
a
blame
good
Joanna
point.
Dark. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been Joanna. It's not here today.
Curse
So,
has
yeah.
been lifted.
Mr. Wondery Dutch, how are you doing, sir? Had fun today at Midweek Mix Up, man. You did an awesome show today. Really loved it. Also, say hello too. Okay, I guess we're all done. So now, let's get on to the main subjects, right? So let's start. Sony tries to find a way to stop. You said speculators, but not speculators. Those are, what's it called? Scalpers. With the
Scalpers.
sticker on the PS5 box. So what do you think about that idea about the sticker thing? I mean, it's pretty cool that they're gonna do that because that way, when scalpers buy them, all they're gonna do is the retailer's gonna strip the sticker off, so that way, the scalpers when they resell it, they won't resell it as new. What do you think about that?
Yeah. The thing with that crazy is, I think the
Yes.
sticker is kind of like in the box, and they kind of like open the sticker, and the sticker stays on the box. And
Yeah.
what it does is, if the scalpers get it, they either have to sell it with the sticker or they have to try to take the sticker out. But if they try to take the sticker out, it might rip part of the box off. So it would look like it's, they're not selling a new PlayStation 5. So I think, something is something, it's better than,
Yeah.
what is, it's not the greatest solution maybe, but it's definitely better than just letting the scalpers just buy them off right and, keep
Yeah,
doing what they're doing.
Yeah, because seriously, I mean, a bunch of people are trying to get their hands on the PlayStation, and it's been pretty hard for them to reach, and to buy it because these guys just buy them off real quick and just
Yes.
gets it harder and harder, and people like spend $1,000 for a console. That's a lot of money. I mean, they're trying to get it
Yeah.
for 500. So yeah, for me that's a pretty good strategy also that they're doing that. So that way the scalpers have a really tough time selling it at that price. So the price they're looking for.
Yeah.
Because I'll be honest with you, the scalpers could sell it for 600, 700. They would, they would actually sell way more. But man, seriously, I
Some,
know.
something
I
that I would like Xbox to do. I don't know if it I don't know how PlayStation ecosystem is right now because I got a long
Yeah.
time. I haven't played in PlayStation, but Xbox ecosystem. It tells you how many. What devices you got. For example, if you got Game Pass, it tells you.
Yeah.
When you go in, if you have, let's say if you have an Xbox Series X, if you have a Series S, it tells you what you have. And
Yeah.
I'm sure they know the amount of time you have had either Game Pass or Gold, etc. I wish that for the customers that they know that have a certain amount of time,
Yeah.
they can maybe, send email and be like, hey, you've been an important customer for us. You've been a customer for a certain amount of time. So we got you on a special, list, a special queue that you
Yeah.
can, as soon as we have one available, you're gonna be there listed, so you can order your Xbox Series X because we see you don't have an Xbox Series X. So
Yeah.
kind of like
That
something, because that way that someone that's actually one of your customers is actually the one that's gonna purchase it. And that's a way of kind of like, um, how do you say, like, gifting your customers.
that's the way to give them service. You mean that because it's called
Yeah.
service. When you do that, that's called service. It's a way to keep the service going and keep the customers happy with
Yes.
the product that they're using. I understand. But can you imagine they doing that for how many million consoles are out there? Oh Lord, that's a lot of consoles though. Because I think it was Xbox One is between 45 million and 50. Is it? So if
One, yeah, I think so.
yeah, one, yes, it's between 45 million 50. Imagine you those guys like,
No,
hey,
but
you're
what I
gonna
mean is,
yeah,
after you got a certain amount of time,
yeah.
where you have like
I
certain
get you.
priority lists. People that
I
have
get you.
been customer for an X amount of years, and you see that they consume. Okay, put them on a higher tier, waiting
Yeah,
list. As soon as one, and then you have lower tiers, and then you could
yeah.
kind of that way customers, because I know someone that he has been trying to get an Xbox Series X for a long time, and he has been unable to get one. He has been unlucky, unfortunately.
Yeah. Yeah, just fly down here. We have them by the pack. How about you, Silent Surfer? What do you think about the whole shenanigans about the sticker and stuff? That it's actually a good move. What do you think it's gonna be?
Yeah, so I think because I got a little bit confused with it. Maybe I'm in the wrong on this, but
Yeah,
yeah. So the benefit to that sticker, right, is not necessarily like people actually getting the money for scalping it on eBay and stuff. Because if you're selling a new copy, you're selling a new system or whatever. But if scalpers buy in bulk, right? So like if they get tons of consoles and they can't offload that supply, then they're able to actually return those systems if they can't make the sale, right? So if you buy 30 PS5s and you're like, "Oh, sweet, I'm going to sell these," and like the market drops out from under your feet and you're like, "Oh crap, I got to make back my money." So you go back to Walmart or Best Buy to try and return those. If there's like I don't know, maybe I'm confusing it too, but it just feels like if you have something like that that could be a tamper proof,
yeah,
or if there's some way to kind of prove that it's already, I don't know. I think I'm getting it confused too. I guess just what it is only affecting if it's a new console, if they're trying to sell it as a new one. I don't know. I don't know if that does as much as we'd really think then. Because realistically, like how many people are going to try and return their PS5s and try and get the money back as if it was new at this point in time? I
yeah.
don't know if that's really going to help the scalper situation. I think you almost have to just lock it into that limit one quantity per person. Um,
Yeah, that's the hard part. I don't know why they don't just do that. They should do that and just lock it up for one person, and that's it. They
I
they, they
think
gotta do that. They gotta
I
do
think
that
the problem
seriously.
I think the problem you run into, right, is like if you're going to do something like that so you can lock them into place and keep people from,
Yeah,
duplicating orders, you
yeah,
almost have to have it where like the only way for you to buy a PS5 is you have to have an account with us, right? Like, oh, you have to have Best Buy's member program or whatever. So that way they can track it and they can say, oh, well, you bought this and like you returned one already. So you can't return another console or whatever. Like, I don't know if there's really a good way around it.
yeah, yeah. But seriously, I mean, they gotta keep on finding ways to stop all this scalper situation because the whole scalper situation is actually causing a lot of issues and stuff with users because really it's hard. They have a stock issue and it's getting worse, right? That's what I'm seeing though. I mean, I think it's gonna get a little bit worse for them. It's gonna get a little bit worse for the for us for Xbox. And yeah, these guys just keep on buying. It's gonna get harder for the people who want to upgrade to find it. So they really gotta keep on they gotta keep on working on that to stop that issue, because that issue is really a big headache for everybody. Seriously, I hope
I
they just I hope they just look for a solution and keep on working on that.
I
So
will. Sorry, I
what?
was just going to say one more thing. I
Go
will
ahead,
say
go ahead.
one more thing with it.
Go ahead.
One thing that I did see that that GameStop was doing
Yeah,
actually when the systems came out was they were actually putting it in where like you could buy it on their website, but you had to go through a queue, right? So
yeah,
like it gave you a special instance of the page and forced you into it and was like, okay, you have access to it. I think it was the same thing as what the Microsoft store ended up doing on the website, where like it basically put you in a queue and then it gave you the opportunity to buy it, and then that was it. Like I think at least that deters it to an extent, right? Because then you don't have some jerk that comes in with a cart and buys like six or seven in the store. And let's be honest, the guy that's at Walmart or Best Buy or wherever, who all's gonna necessarily fight against someone who's buying those consoles and be like, no, you can't have more than one? Like most of
yeah.
those
Of
guys aren't
course,
getting paid enough to care, which is
because
a
I
problem in
mean,
its own, you
hey,
know?
it sells fast. It's more. It's fast money for them. They don't care.
Yeah,
They just want the money. Of
Yeah,
yeah,
course. Yeah.
it's smart.
yeah.
And they
Yeah,
know
that's how it
that
is.
they know if scalpers get them, that the people that went to the store to get them and couldn't get the
Yeah,
consoles, they're gonna come back. So it's a
yeah,
win-win for them.
Yep.
yeah. So, next subject is PlayStation Fire Sprite is working on the Horizon VR game, which we saw a trailer. Remember that trailer looks pretty cool. You're using the bow and arrow VR mode. Oh man, that's gonna be pretty cool. Yep,
Mhm.
I can imagine myself using. Can me wearing a VR be like, oh man, that'll be so cool, man. Seriously. Oh. Also, it is rumored that also in Twisted Metal and is contracted for an announced video game developer in a Real 5 narrative horror adventure triple A. So they're working also in a horror adventure too. They're working on three games at the same time.
I
That's
think just
well,
two.
Twisted Metal is a rumor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's rumor that Lucid Game was the one that was going to make that game, and
yeah,
somehow they took it away from them. But confirm they are working on the VR game, and
yep.
they are currently hiring for the horror survivor one. It doesn't mean they're gonna start developing right now, but they are hiring for it. So
Putting
yeah,
Yeah.
fillers out for it at least.
Well, yeah. So the thing is, what is the horror game you think they're gonna be working on though? Has they announced something, talked about it, or
I
said
think
anything about it?
it could be a new IP too for what we
An
know.
IP? All right, all right,
So
all
it'll
right.
be
Seems like the
interesting.
details have been fairly scarce.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
I
What did they?
think real quick, I think that
Yeah,
what Sony is trying to do right now is that
yeah,
they know the output that Xbox is it's preparing to bring out, and I think
yeah.
they're trying to prepare themselves too. I think they got caught off guard a little bit, but you know they're trying to prepare. They're buying all these studios, and they're having them work on a bunch of
Mm-hmm.
games so they can have their own output too. So it's gonna be an awesome generation.
Oh man, I'm telling you, Xbox has got an awesome lineup. PlayStation's got 25 under their belt, right? They said they're working on 25 games now, right?
I don't even know what them. Sometimes they say
Yeah,
something and they it's
yeah. They said they got 25 games under the belt they're working on, and yeah, it's gonna be a pretty fun generation. You're gonna have tons of games to play this
yeah.
generation. I mean, when Xbox finally throws that lineup, right, it's gonna be crazy. I don't know. I don't know what we're gonna do with time. I don't know what we're gonna. It's gonna be just one crazy year when all those games
Speak,
just come up. Oh man.
speaking of, I can't wait for Starfield. And in this
Yep.
channel tomorrow, we're gonna have a video come out, a little editing I did on a Starfield video. So I hope you like it. I'm planning to release it 11 a.m. So stay tuned,
Yeah.
chat, for that video.
So we'll have to make sure that we post that towards the end too. Make sure that you promote that.
Yeah.
So I did actually want to throw a little bit in. So
Uh,
VGC was actually who ended up reporting this stuff for the Fire Sprite Studios.
all right.
And one of the things that they mentioned in it, so like we were talking about, they said that they're looking for a narrative director to join development on AAA. and it's horror adventure, and it's going to be based in Unreal 5, which that's
Yep.
good news right off the bat on its own. There's so there the article even specifies like it's not clear if it's based on an existing Sony property or not. It might be a new one. Feels like a lot of those things are still kind of like up in the air.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
yeah, so they went a little bit more detail on that and just kind of said that, and they had what Matt Southern involved, who had been tied with stuff like Motorstorm previously, which Motorstorm was a really good one. But I do like the fact that they were mentioning Twisted Metal in this whole thing, right? Is like
Yeah.
think back, right? Like go back to the way back days. Like way back when we were younger, life was ahead of us, we were so young. And we were playing that violent game Twisted Metal.
Oh,
It was
that
not
was
that
awesome.
violent. It was not that violent.
It was
wasn't.
awesome. I don't know.
It got violent.
No, it didn't. No, it was a
With
pretty
Twisted
game.
Metal Black. Well, no. So I'll take it back. Like the car combat, right? No big deal. It was the cinematics that were messed up. Like that was where it got dark. Did you ever watch the cinematics at the end? So for every character that you played as, if you finished the game, it had these really twisted videos, basically
cinematics,
where
yeah.
like Calypso would fulfill one of your wishes or one of your dreams or something.
Oh yeah.
And so people would be like, "Oh, I want to do this," and blah blah blah, and something terrible would happen to him, or he'd like flip it on him and make it so it was not at all what they wanted. And it got darker when they got to like Twisted Metal Black. But the idea of that coming back, I loaded up Twisted Metal Black. It was about a week ago. Just playing around with it on my PS3. And it's so fun to go back to, but you think of how those controls are and you look at how that game has aged. And if there were a game in their library that were really begging for like a remake, that's definitely one that I would like to see. Because it does not control as well as it used to by any means.
Yeah, they need to bring that game back. Seriously, that was such a fun game. That it was kind of like a battle royale. You jump in a car, you got to get the best missiles, stuff like that. You got to pick something to shoot the other person. It was pretty much like a battle royale, but with cars though.
And imagine now with the tech we have in the systems and everything that we could do now, like imagine how much bigger the maps could be, how much more detail could be put into it, how many more players could be into it.
Yep.
Like you look at Forza, and they ended up doing their version of a battle royale. And you think of something like that, but in the Twisted Metal universe, like I could see that being a lot of fun.
Yeah.
That'd be really cool.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I mean,
you know what's a problem though? I just discovered a problem with Fire Sprite.
What's that?
They worked on Star Citizen Theaters of War. They're working on it, or worked on. So does that mean
shouldn't be a problem? That shouldn't be a problem at all because I hear that game's coming out soon.
Oh, it is?
mhm.
Well,
Yeah.
the Theaters of
Nothing
War.
but time.
I mean that's like a mode. Theaters of War. So
Yeah.
does that
Yeah,
mean does that mean that's not a real studio because they worked on a non-ex?
Hey.
I think they're a real studio, but what's not real is your game. Your game is not real.
Just because the game is vaporware doesn't mean
Yep.
that real people were not involved in the process.
Exactly.
A lot of real people thought it was going to be a real game.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it just wasn't.
Yeah.
You know what was really exciting about this week also? We had the Unreal 5 thing coming up yesterday. I've not sat. I watched the 3-minute video yesterday, right? I sat down and watched it. And today too I rewatched it again because I was so tired. I was like, let me rewatch this again.
Oh, I watched the whole show.
But I want to sit down later on and watch the whole show. Salablo, what are your thoughts on this whole Unreal thing? I mean, the 3 minutes I saw, wow, I was actually way more impressed with the things I saw. I saw this guy grabbing a crystal and the facial expression and everything. That was mighty impressive. I mean, I cannot wait to see more what's gonna go on into this engine and these games that are coming out on this engine. So, Sarablo, what are your thoughts about this whole Unreal 5 engine thing?
I mean, it was awesome. I saw, actually got notes from yesterday in the gaming lobby, so let me pull it up real
Yeah,
quick.
let's
Um,
talk about it.
I saw the complete event because I myself I'm not actually learning Unreal, but I am learning Unity, and I
Yeah,
was interested in watching the show, and the show itself, it's more of starting at the time they did the show.
yeah,
Unreal Engine 5 was, live and you were able to download it completely free. And it was
yeah,
more of a showcase, trying to show people what Unreal can do, some of the new features. And what I got out of it is, they're making Unreal as accessible as possible and as easy as possible for developers to use. Which they're also providing, a multitude of like different features that are really gonna help developers, work extremely fast, and also small indie developers. They're gonna make like I think they're gonna make awesome game with this game engine because I know there's a lot of people that I'm sure they got great ideas, but sometimes they don't have the budget to do all the photogrammetry. Maybe that I don't think I pronounced it right, but um,
Photogrammetry? Yeah.
yes, that,
Yeah.
and all the mocaps and stuff. But you know they have different features. For example, character design. They presented a feature called, I think, Metahuman Creator, which you can create a person that looks pretty realistic, and they have a lot of different tools you can play around to create the character the way you
yeah.
want to create it. um I didn't saw it on I think I didn't see it that much on this showcase, but I saw something else before where they showed some of the animations too, that they have some presets animations. They really went overboard on this. They also mentioned in here, they have a lot of like ad sets that developers, especially like for indie developers, they can just grab those ad sets and make their own games. And people that have certain knowledge, they can even grab those assets and play around with them and make them their own. And it's gonna be great. It's pretty incredible. Besides that, they mentioned several games that are gonna be built with Unreal Engine 5, such as The Witcher, the next Witcher, the new announced Tomb Raider, which doesn't
Yeah,
have a title yet, but
Yeah.
that was a big. Well, they
yeah, that
actually
was
ended the
great.
show with
Yeah,
that.
You
that's
know, if you know what was amazing about the Tomb Raider thing, the picture they posted, they posted the Tomb Raider in short shorts. Remember when Tomb Raider had short shorts? No, no, no,
I I think someone's
no, 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 no. I'm talking about the you remember the
I know
original
what
game,
I know
right?
what you mean, but
Yeah, we know
Yeah,
what you mean.
but no, but I'm saying is that when I saw this, wait, wait, wait. When I saw the picture, I was like, are we going back to the original game? That's what quickly came in my mind, because
yes,
I remember,
okay,
the short shorts, the two pistols, and all that stuff shooting around and everything. Because in the picture, they show her with the T Rex on the
yes,
picture, and I was like, oh man, I remember that scene when I was playing the PS1, when I was playing Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
I got in that part, and I was on the see the big thing. I was like, oh my god! So I ran out, ran real fast, and I was like, whoa. When I saw that, I was like, oh my god, are we going back to that again? I mean,
I
can you
I
imagine Tomb Raider going back
I,
to
I
that?
wish we would. I know what you mean, but
Yeah,
I don't think we will. I think unfortunately, times have changed, and I think unfortunately the world sometimes for better, but sometimes I think for worse also. The world we live in right now, people are a
yeah,
little bit more what's the word I'm looking for? They're it's hard, like,
You think insensitive?
yes, sensitive. Yes, exactly.
So I I get what you guys are saying. but at the same time, I would also argue again towards the positive note of it, right? Like, yes, things change, but you look back at those old games, and as far as the story, right?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like there was so much more story in the
Yes.
last three Tomb Raiders than there ever was in the old ones. And like the originals were very much about the combat, the action, like all that different stuff, like the puzzles and everything. But I feel like the newest ones, I feel like they struck a really good chord and a good balance, right? With having
Yes.
really good story. They got Camilla
Yeah.
Luddington in there doing the voice, and it felt like it was a more approachable character than what it was in the original games, right? Like there
Yeah.
was there was more. The old games, even though they were in 3D, they felt like they were in 2D because of
Yeah.
the amount of depth that there was to the character. And I feel like in these ones, you actually got to see like an origin story. You got to see
Yeah.
detail to that
Yeah.
character.
So
And so yeah, it would be interesting
I
if
think
they did like a throwback,
I
but
think it has to do
I
a
don't
lot with the
no, but
nostalgia.
what I'm saying is though, if they brought that game back, but they brought it to the way it is now, that's
sure.
what I'm saying though. And I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
just bring that story back. It's not like a remake or a remaster, nothing like that. Just bring that spot of her life, because that was a
Going
spot of her
yeah,
life, and bring
going
it
back to
to,
like the Croft Manor and all
yeah,
those missions and stuff.
all the missions and
Yes.
Yeah.
stuff, yeah, stuff like that. That would be pretty interesting. And that way, we got what we had back then in newer graphics and Unreal 5 and all that stuff. Oh man, that would be pretty awesome and incredible. I mean, it's because that game was a lot of fun. I couldn't get past the T-Rex, but because I was like a little kid, so I was like, okay, let me play this.
The
And
little
yeah,
raptors and stuff. Yeah.
little rat, yeah,
I I could see them doing it. Like if there were any time to ever
yeah,
do it, they could definitely get
Yeah.
away with pulling something like that nowadays.
yeah,
Like nostalgia is such a trip for everyone
yeah,
as it is, right? Um,
yeah,
I would be curious as to how they would approach that, right? Like, or would we be throwing everything out of the window if we were, if we went down into speculation town on something like this? And we're like, okay, well, what are we going to use the same voice actor if we ended up doing that? Would we scrap that and start fresh since we're starting into a new engine and all that stuff anyways? Is Camilla coming back to do the voicing? Would we see reprising roles from other characters that had been in the old games? I'd be curious as to what they would opt to do with it.
yeah. Because really, I'm telling you, that Tomb Raider game was awesome.
Yeah.
I don't remember a lot about it, but for me,
Maybe.
it was awesome because it was actually like one of those first 3D games that when you saw it, you're like, wow, you're like impressed by it, all the stuff that
Yep.
was going on, and it had a pretty good story. But like I said, I was a little kid and I played it, and when I saw the dinosaur, I was like, oh my god, it's Jurassic Park. I always thought I was playing Jurassic Park, but yeah, but it's a fun game though. It's a fun game. I mean, seriously, I cannot wait for to see what this Tomb Raider is gonna be about, and I hope they do go back to that and bring that old game back to the new designs that are going
I,
on right now.
I don't really
Yeah,
mind,
yeah,
but it'll be cool because I when I think about the whole outfit and everything, I
yeah,
gotta say I think about even though they weren't probably the greatest, but seeing Angelina Jolie as Tomb Raider, I thought it was pretty cool.
yeah.
I used to like her as an actor, so I don't know.
Oh, I did too. In like Hackers, Hackers Angelina was okay
Yeah.
for sure.
But anyway, also on the Unreal event, they also showed what Crazy Lou mentioned, that coalition. That's what he meant. The 3 minute video,
Coalition Demon.
the
Yeah,
coalition demo, which looks amazing, and I think
yeah,
that was the big showcase of the show, basically showing what it's possible in this engine. And the coalitions, they're magicians in this engine, so it's gonna be
yeah. It's
pretty interesting what they can do with the next gear.
Yeah, Yeah, I mean, I can't wait to see more on that. I mean, seriously, I just can't wait for them to keep working on it, and just we gotta see these games, just because really, are we still looking at these games in Unreal 4? We just have not gone into Unreal 5 yet, because really I want to start seeing that. I just can't wait to just to happen. I want to see those games. Oh, that's gonna be an awesome, incredible journey. Seriously, when all those games just come out with Unreal 5 in it, oh, it's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be amazing.
Yes.
So, guys, let's bring up now. Let's talk about the Xbox Game Pass games that are coming right now, man. We got a bunch of games coming to Xbox, man. We got baseball. We got my favorite thing is cricket. I love cricket. I don't get it. I don't know what the hell it is about, but I love cricket. I love that game. Seriously, I just love to hit that what's the ball called? I forgot the name of the ball. The cricket ball. Can somebody help me out there? What's the name of the cricket ball? I forgot, but I love to hit that cricket ball, man. I
You know
just
what?
love it. And
I
every
think
time.
I think we got the right people in the chat that might be able to help us with this
Yeah,
one.
yeah, yeah. Oh
Yeah.
man, I love cricket. I can play cricket all day. I'm subscribed to a cricket YouTube channel. When they have competitions, I'm always watching the competition, man. It's always in the morning when I wake up. I'm like, yes, it's cricket. I don't know what the hell is happening, but I love it. So yeah, we got cricket 22. I'm gonna download that real fast right away. MLB The Show 22. Also, China Detective Agency Cloud Console Dragon Age. Dragon Age. You all like to play Dragon Age? Have you played the Sour Blow? Have you played the Silent Seven?
Yeah, yeah. I like Dragon Age.
How'd you guys
I
find
got
it? It was cool.
I got a long time I haven't played a Dragon Age, but
Did-
Dragon Age Inquisition, I thought it was pretty cool, but I think I liked more the older Dragon Age. But you know, time has changed, so we'll see. I'm excited for the new one. I want to see more. I think it's Dragon Age 4, right? Is the next
No,
one.
Dragon Age 4? Is there a part 4? No, I think it's 3.
I
I think
believe
it's 3, right?
it's.
Is
I
it 3?
think
May-
it's number 4 coming,
I
right?
think it's 4.
I think it's number 4.
There's already been Dragon Age series. Oh yeah, it's part 4. You're right. It's part 4. It's part 4.
I just got to give you a heads up, Crazy, because, while he's not here with us, he's here in
Right.
spirit and in chat. And Mr. Joanna Dark did say to let Crazy Louie know that no one wants a Chuck Norris game instead of a Van Damme game. And you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and say if we can get a Van Damme game and a Chuck Norris game, and maybe it could be like a versus, I would be okay with that.
Heck yeah, we should make a
Nah.
versus and put in Jason Statham and Jet Li and Jackie Chan. Hell
you know
yeah!
Oh, well, that could be a
If we could
fighting
get
game then. A
Expendables-
fighting.
Yeah, that heck
If we
yeah.
could get Expendables the game, I'd be okay with that.
Oh hell yeah!
Let's-
Expendables the game.
Let's do that.
Mel Gibson in there? Oh man, you guys! I'll pick Mel Gibson any day.
quick question before we move on. Would you make
Yes.
that a straight up like fighting game, or would you what type of game would you
No.
make it?
No, man. I would go old school Contra with that. I would
Ooh.
I'd make
But
Expendables
but
the Contra game.
2D kind of contract, like
I'd,
that, or would
yeah,
you-
2D with some of those little 3D spats. Yeah,
Okay.
I'd be okay with that. That
How
would
about
be
you,
fun.
Crazy? What would you make it?
I'll make it open world so I can kick everybody's butt.
Okay,
That's what I'll do.
cool.
I walk on the street and somebody says something mean, like in GTA, when somebody says something mean, I was right there. Like, what you talking about?
You know what I think would be cool? Kind of like a Gears, but instead with no locusts and stuff, you have actual like military enemies and stuff like that, and
Have
you
have
have
Sylvester Stallone in there.
Yeah.
And you have
Lundgren.
Van Damme do the kick and Chuck Norris do the stare, because all you gotta do is stare and just the enemies just run away.
Sylvester's like,
Yeah.
you gotta reload your gun. You're looking
Yes.
mentally irregular.
And we gotta-
stuff. Sean said Delta Force game confirmed.
Oh right, yes,
Yes.
Delta Force
And
games.
Yes. Um,
And in little letters it says Joanna Dark spilled the beans.
no, no, and I
didn't
confirm
s-
nothing.
I didn't see anything in the chat, but I just wanted to cover this real
It's-
quick.
He says
The-
it's
the ball is
exclusive for
Kookaburra.
Atari.
The
Oh,
ball
well.
is a kookaburra ball.
The
Kookaburra ball. That's for the
Kookaburra.
cricket, right?
Oh,
I
Kookaburra.
Oh, Mr. Stuffshawn said, cricket is crap, Louis. You need to check out the hurling GAA Irish sport. Okay, I will check out the hurling GAA Irish sport today. No worries, I'm going to write that down. Sablo, write that down for me. I got to check that out because
All right.
really, I love all them cool sports. Yes.
Keep going. What else do we got coming?
Oh, we also got Life is Strange, Panzer Corps 2, The Dungeons of Nihilbuk on PC. I don't know how to say it. That's what I say. Nihilbuk. Okay, Nihilbuk PC. Sorry guys, I didn't know how to say it. And Lost in Random, which is via Lost in Random. It's via EA Cloud Console and PC April 14th. So yeah. Oh, and Plants vs Zombies. That is a fun game. That is a fun game.
So going back to it, right? MLB The Show 22. Because this of course has been a big point of contention, right?
I downloaded
the fact that an MLB game is on Xbox again, and again in Game Pass day one.
Yeah.
I got to give someone props. I don't know exactly who it was, whether it was Uncle Phil, whoever it was that penned that deal. Props to him.
But I'm kind of like,
awesome.
I'm kind of confused a little bit though. Isn't it like?
What is that?
Didn't someone said that you can't put these games on day one on Game Pass? You can't put you can't put their their high end games.
Oh,
in
you're
games
just
in
Sablo.
services.
I'm about to throw something at you. I'm about to throw something at you.
I'm not trying to be toxic or anything, but honestly, he did say that it's kind of weird though. He said you can't put it in service day one, but yet he put it on. It's weird that his game is coming in the competition's service day one. Isn't that weird?
All I will say is that I'm really happy that the MLB license and the license decision makers said, hey, we don't want this to be console specific. We want it to be multi-platform. We want money. Yeah. We want the sales. Yes. Because the thing is like, when people are greedy on stuff like that, we don't always win. But in a situation like this, we all win because now we actually get a proper MLB simulator. And we just didn't have that. Like Super Mega Baseball is great. I love that game. But it is a far cry away from being a simulation. So it's so nice to actually see that we're getting stuff like that, especially since we don't have XSN studios anymore. You remember back on the original Xbox when we had XSN? Doing the tennis, doing doing all those.
MVP baseball back in the day. Oh my god, that MVP baseball was the best one. That was the best baseball.
The one with Manny Ramirez, right? That was the best one.
I think it's with Manny. I don't remember. Yes. I don't know. I know Xbox had like an MVP baseball.
2004 or 2005. That was the best one for me.
Yeah, you think MVP.
So? Yeah, the one with Manny Ramirez, definitely.
Was it?
I have no idea. I just played him. At that point, I didn't. I was still working at Game Crazy at the time, and whenever anything new came out, like we would throw it in the demo kiosks. We'd sit there and we'd just play him throughout the shift because mostly slow days. And I remember playing a ton of Amped, a ton of the tennis. I played a lot of those games at that point. It was fun. It was good.
I'm gonna say something real quick, and I agree with Brian, and probably some of the chat might not be in with me, but I think that all sports game and fighting games should be multiplat, including Killer Instinct.
Oh, including Killer Instinct.
Even if people, I understand where people will be like, no, why? But we if we say something, we have to we have to kind of like stay online and not be like, oh wait, but not that one. No, I wouldn't mind if it's multiplat. But I could see
pros and cons of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, imagine if you had a way bigger install base for something like Killer Instinct, or
Yes.
something like that. Like if instead of it only being on PlayStation or Switch or Xbox or whatever, you could actually play those across all of them. Like
Yeah.
that benefits again. It's just like when Call of Duty went cross plat and you were able to get into games faster because you had way more people in that server hopper. And so as soon as you jumped in, it was like, boom, you're tied into a match. I think that would be cool. However, I noticed that Big Mad Mo disagrees with you.
I knew
and
someone was gonna
thinks
disagree with that.
you need a timeout
Yes,
because
he
you have been a
does.
terrible
I-
boy. Apparently,
but
I said I wish I had that power. I said,
But-
but I don't have it.
But I
I think
will
this-
fix it
Time out.
real quick. I will fix it real
I think
quick.
this goes on the honor system, and I think Sour's just gonna have to give himself one.
If they do that, Killer Instinct multiplat, something that they can do is, have exclusive like content, like, maybe you could have
Mhm.
Master Chief, you can have certain, other iconics, Phoenix, Marcus Phoenix, and certain
So
other.
this goes back to what Soul Calibur did,
Yep.
where it had
Yes.
different characters for Nintendo, Microsoft, and Sony, and I think that would have been good. I think at that point, if that game had released nowadays, we probably would have had cross-platform play, and you probably would have been able to face those characters against each other. Like imagine playing Darth Vader versus Yoda and stuff like that. That would have been cool.
Ooh, That would have
Yeah.
been cool.
That would have been
Yeah,
really cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
They really need to start work. Did they say they start working on the Killer Instinct game, or has it not started yet? Because really, we need another Killer Instinct game. I missed that game.
It's
But we-
rumored, but
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but we
There
needed.
were talks that it was going to be in the works, but I don't think anything concrete ever came of it.
But
Yes.
I wanted the way as a Super Nintendo was, not the way that was now. I don't know what you all think about it, but I like the old Killer Instinct game. I have more fun with it. I don't know. What you guys think though?
What did you prefer of it versus the new one? Just out of curiosity.
I don't know. I found like the new one was like a lot more easier to do stuff. Back in the day, you had to figure out stuff, figure out the combos, and this one was like a lot more easier to do stuff. That's what I like to do. The ultras.
More button mashy.
More what?
More button mashy, like a lot
Yeah.
easier for you to just run combos.
Yeah, yeah. I found it like a little bit more easier. Back in the day, you just had to figure it out.
I mean, it's the same with Mortal
So-
Kombat. Like, granted, there are certain combos and stuff that are pretty complicated, and fatalities and stuff. But generally, if you're pressing on the D-pad and you're just mashing left and right,
Yeah.
and you're pressing face buttons, you're doing all sorts of tricks, like all the time.
Yeah,
It's just not the same as it used to be. By any means.
yeah. I miss those days. Oh man, so much fun, really. So much fun. So yeah, let's
So-
see.
So, Louis, is there anything else that jumps out at you on that list? I know you said Plants vs Zombies.
Zombies. Oh man, I had
You-
fun. Have you guys ever played Plants vs Zombies?
Yes, 100%.
That's a fun. That's a
So-
fun game. That could be a game we can play in our gaming nights on Friday. We could play that game
Yes.
one day.
So,
It's actually
so
a lot of
this
fun.
one,
yeah, but I got to a point
Good.
where I don't know
Yeah.
if I didn't know what I was doing after it, or I don't know why I left it, but I kind of got bored or something. I don't know.
It's big. Those games that are multiplayer is fun to play with friends. So yeah, we gotta play with friends. You
Yeah,
also gotta have
I
our-
guess so. Yeah.
Yeah. You also gotta have our Friday the 13th game match, which we have not played in a while. That was
Dude,
so
I-
much fun. Oh man, you gotta
I
get back
had
to
a,
that.
I had a lot of fun with that night. that was fun, and it only lasted a few matches, but I maintain. So I think we could probably get some of the folks in the chat, and maybe the folks in the chat can just throw something in, like do a hashtag F13 if they're at all interested, if they think that'd be a fun thing to do. I would love to get a grip of people together and us just rock like one of our Friday nights doing a stream of it. I think that'd
Yeah,
be great.
that'd be cool.
You gotta do that. That'd be cool. That'd be cool.
Can't wait for
Also-
Evil Dead too.
Yes.
That'd
Yes.
be cool.
Oh
That's gonna
man,
be a lot of
that
fun.
Evil Dead. Wow,
Yeah.
that's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be amazing. Also, Trek to Yomi is officially coming to Game Pass Day One on May 5th,
Yes.
2022. That was a quick
Yes.
news. And wow, this was actually big, which has me really excited. Warhammer Dark Tide, September 13th.
Oh, yeah.
Xbox Day One and Game Pass. Guys, what do you guys think about that Warhammer game? Let's start with you, Sourbill. Tell me, are you excited about it? Are you gonna play it? Man, I'm psyched. Personally, me, I am psyched
Uh,
because Warhammer games are awesome. What do you think, Sourbill?
yeah, it's pretty cool. It's co-op. I think up to 4 player, and I'm down to playing it when it comes to Game Pass. Definitely, any multiplayer game, I'm down to playing it. Even if sometimes there's a game, it's multiplayer. Sometimes you might look at it and be like, oh, maybe it's not my style. But with a good crew, I think any multiplayer game could be fun.
Yeah,
So,
I mean,
but this one
as
actually grabs my attention.
the
Sorry.
the trailer and everything looks pretty awesome. What do you think, Silent Zephyr, about this Warhammer Dark Tide? Are you excited as I am? I mean, when I saw the trailer, that's just like, man, this is gonna be awesome. It pretty much looks like what's it called, Back for Blood, but this one looks like a little bit more aggressive. What do you think, Silent Cipher?
So I'll probably get a little bit of grief for this because I've actually never really jumped into those Warhammer games, but they look really cool. I
Yeah,
always hear really good things about them, and I don't know. Generally, I didn't have a grip of folks that I was able to kind of get together and have like a constant 4 player group with, like
yeah,
whenever I was available. So I kind of steered clear because I know that that's generally how those ones are best played. But that's the thing is, like, I see this, and I was watching the trailers earlier, and it looks good. Like, I would definitely be down for playing some matches with that, whether it be with you guys or people in the group, the community,
yeah.
and stuff. Like, it'd just be fun to jump into. It's been a while since I've played a game like that. I think the last time actually that I played a game like that was when all four, or when a few of us ended up playing Back for Blood.
Yeah.
I
That
think that
that
was the last time I've played a game like that.
and that Back for Blood
So
game is pretty fun. I mean, it was crazy. We did a bunch of things. Oh man, seriously, Back for Blood is such a fun game. We need to sit down and beat that game.
I know we made it through what we made it through a few
A
chapters. I think
few
a few
chapters,
levels.
yeah. Then
Yeah,
we're like, we gotta go. That would be an
yeah.
also pretty fun game to us to play on Friday night. For me to get stuck on a poop bucket or something like that, that could happen.
If you
Yep.
if there's one in the game, you'll find it. It seems
Ah,
like it's an
no.
inevitability now.
It chases me. It chases me. It really does chase me. It's
So
what's
Trek
up?
to Yomi. Sorry, I just you went past that real quick though,
Yeah.
and
You want to talk about a bit? Let's talk
dude,
about Trek to Yomi.
I'm really excited to see that because I know it, it feels like sometimes like if you catch the right show, you feel like a game is only set to come to a certain system.
Yeah.
Like everyone advertises it like that and stuff. And so when I saw the last one where Sony heavily advertised that Trek to Yomi was coming and stuff, I was like, oh man, it's only going to be on their system. That's okay. I mean, that's all right. That's cool. Well, I guess it'll be on PC. I was really happy to see that this was coming to Xbox, and I was more than happy to pay for it. But the fact that it's going to be in Game Pass is just an extra win. You know, like I'm super stoked that that's the case.
Yeah.
I was already super stoked about it, anyways. But yeah, it's cool to see. Like again, I know we've gone over it, and I know everyone's gone over it time and time again. But Game Pass is truly like shaping up to just be like the best deal that you can get because you get so many freaking games sometimes and stuff
Wait,
that you wouldn't expect would be in there.
I
Like you
gotta.
got to figure the amount of money that's being passed from hand to hand is pretty
Yeah.
wild for some of the deals.
I gotta
Yeah.
correct you there. You said it's shaping. It's already is.
Yes, yes, I'll give you yes, yes. That was a
Actually,
misspeak.
it already is. Yeah. I mean, all these games come in. Trek to Yomi. I mean, what I like about the game is that it's going to be a side scroller. It's going to be pretty fun side scroller
Yes,
type game.
Yes.
Just
samurai, sword
yeah.
slash. I hope you can cut off arms, legs. I love those type of games. You cut off arms, legs, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I love
The
those type of
artistic,
games.
yeah,
The
the
art.
artistic
Yeah.
style that that game has,
Yeah.
just it looks cool. It's something different. You know, it's the same thing as like when we see the stuff from the team that made like Limbo or Inside, right? Is like there's something special to the way that they make those games. And I got that same feeling when I saw this. Is like there's something there. There's soul to that game that sometimes you don't see, and it feels like it's oozing with like a ton of personality. So it looks like it'd be a lot of fun to play.
Yes, it does. Looks great.
Yeah. Tony Grasso, no, Tony Grasso, Doom Reaper asked a question. He says, "Who owns 3D Realms? Who owns it? Is
Ooh.
Saber Interactive, and the parent organization of Saber Interactive is Embracer Group."
Okay,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah. I wanted, so I might be wrong on this one, but I think shortly after they got picked up by Embracer was when we saw I think it was the 30th anniversary of Duke Nukem on Xbox.
I'm not sure.
Hmm.
I'm not sure.
Duke
Yeah.
Nukem 3D ended up having it was like a remaster a few years back. And I think it was right after Embracer picked him up, which is super common for Embracer so far from what we've seen, right? Like I think we ended up seeing Saints Row the Third after they
Yeah.
picked up
Yes.
Volition, and obviously there's other stuff coming, but that's very much a thing we've seen recently is like them spurring up some remasters and stuff like that to kind of draw attention and see like who wants these games, how much attention is there for these games and stuff like that. Be curious when we'll see like Time Splitters, because that is another one that they have. I'd be very curious to see
See,
what we get there.
See, Doom Reaper says, I just want to do Nukem back." Yes, we do. I mean, the funny thing is, I was like, why haven't they bring them back? Because you have Shadow Warrior. Shadow Warrior was pretty much
Yes.
with Nukem back in the day,
Mhm.
and that's true. I remember Shadow Warrior when you start the game, it says, "No more mess with Wohan," and you hear, "Yeah," something like that. And you got your sword and all these weird monsters and stuff like that. It was pretty much, it was a competing with
Yes.
Duke Nukem,
with
right?
Duke Nukem. Yes.
Yeah, I was competing with
Yeah.
that. Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah.
So I don't know why.
Lo Wang was a great character. And the humor in those
Yes,
games.
I mean, just the name Lo
So good.
Wang. That sounds,
Yes.
yes, that
Yes,
sounds.
it's if you're gonna try and outdo Duke Nukem, you've got to go below the belt, and that's about the
Yep.
best way to go below the belt.
Yep. That was actually so. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Why don't they bring them back? Because the Shadow Warrior games they're right now in part 3, and
Yes.
they're pretty good. I played the first one. I have it. I bought it. I have it. I have not played the second one because I've not beaten the first one, but
Number
I
2
enjoyed.
is really good.
It's really good.
Yeah, it's it opens up. It does a lot more with like the skill trees and all that stuff than the first game did. But yeah, it's really good. And from what I saw, because Spooky Sprocket's been playing a bunch of Shadow Warrior 3, and the stuff
Yeah.
I've seen that he's been playing, it looks really good too.
Yeah.
I haven't picked that one up yet, just because had too many games in the backlog, but looks like they're continuing on with that same formula, and it looks good.
Look at also Tony Grasso says Duke Nukem should get the Doom treatment. Oh man.
Oh, dude. Could you
Lord.
imagine if Duke Nukem got the Doom treatment?
Oh Lord. That would be
ridiculous.
Duke Nukem on steroids, because seriously, Doom is
You know what
That
game?
guy's-
When I was
What's that?
playing, when I played Doom Eternal, and I saw some of the combinations and some of the attacks, what game popped in my mind? You remember that old Sub-Zero game? I think it was in the 64.
Don't tell me that Sub-Zero Mythologies game.
Something like that. But imagine,
Seriously.
but listen to me. Imagine like a Sub-Zero or a Scorpion game made by ID. The people that make Doom in that style like that. you could do fatalities and you can do, the attacks like that. That I think that would be pretty cool, because it
So you're
kind
telling
of,
me you want a first person of Scorpion and Sub-Zero?
or it could be either or maybe you have the option to play
Uh,
as who you want. I think that would be
Nah.
pretty cool.
hmm.
I
Dude,
think it would.
Scorpion
With
has to
with
come here.
with the Doom like kind of engine and styled, I think it would be pretty
Mm,
cool. I don't know.
I
mm,
feel like they'd be doing a disservice if it was in a first
yeah,
person.
because I mean,
I feel like you gotta
just
do a third person.
It's
they
different, but it's gonna be. It's
you
not gonna
know,
be a fighting game. It's gonna be like its own like little
Scorpion's got to
story.
come here. Sub-Zero's got the freezing. And that's about it.
What you mean? That's about
Oh,
it. They got a lot of other
oh,
things.
and his
What you mean?
sword, and they what are they gonna do? Take his face off and throw fire at him at everybody over there? That's gonna. They only got like 3 attacks from far away. But
But
I get what
So
you're saying though. I get what you're saying.
but
You want him to be. You want it to be.
I
I
feel
get it.
I feel besides the far attack, Doom does a lot of good like melee attacks that are pretty cool with the
Yeah.
combinations and stuff. So I don't think it's just the far
But
away attacks.
I know what you mean. You want Mortal Kombat to have the gory of Doom, just the gore of it, just the way Doom acts with the gore. Because
Yeah.
Doom is a
Yeah,
really gory game. I mean, just the way
yeah,
when he switches it, when he gets his blade out and
yeah.
stuffs it inside the one eye monster,
It's
takes his
it's
head
pretty
out,
cool.
rips everything in half. Hey,
Yeah,
Doom is a badass, man. Doom is a badass.
it's
He's the
pretty cool.
baddest.
It's pretty cool.
I
I
love
also
Doom.
think the
Doom Slayer is
engine.
awesome.
e- I mean, even that game I'm envisioned right now, you can
Yeah.
just make it, third person. Maybe put the camera, behind, and make it
Yeah.
third person. If that, but it's just the way Doom's plays. I imagine it like with those characters. I think it would be pretty
Doom.
cool in the attacks. I
Or
think it would be
just make
epic.
us, or just make it a Chuck Norris game.
Nope.
Nah.
So
What's the
going back
point?
to
No.
realistic,
Yeah.
Let's
go-
go back to
going
realistic now.
going back to things that actually exist.
Yes,
Um,
yes.
I did want to say though, so Duke
Oh,
Nukem.
but Silent, remember something though.
What?
Sarah Blow likes the things that don't exist, like Star Citizen. So that's why this stuff happens. Just understand that.
Star
Right.
Citizen is like Voldemort, right? Like he
Yeah.
that we don't speak of.
Yeah.
We got
No,
Starfield.
I was gonna say like I was really hopeful when I heard that Bulletstorm was gonna have Duke Nukem in it back in the day when they first announced that. So I was like, oh my god, Bulletstorm with Duke Nukem would be great.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they literally just had John St. John go back through and do the voicing for the main character instead of like bring in in the other characters to like have that dialogue with him, which was such a cheap move to make at the time, because like you had Duke Nukem making all these comments and stuff, and he had to constantly like keep correcting people because people would be like, oh, blah blah blah, and he's like, who are you talking about? And like he's like, that's not my name, and you're just like, okay, this is all right. Like the first or second time it happened, you're like, that's all right, but I feel like it was such a missed opportunity. I felt like we were finally starting to see Duke Nukem coming back when he started making cameos, when like Duke Nukem Forever was a flop, and we're just like, oh, this thing's gonna come back, and then it just like fizzled out. Oh,
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 Yep.
you get time out.
yeah, I'll get my time out. Yeah, everybody's gonna vote. Yes.
What'd
It's
you get
incredible.
time out for this time?
Because I mentioned that because Sarah Blow wanted this Mortal Kombat game, right? So I said,
Yeah.
why not make it a Chuck Norris game?
We put you in a time
Are we,
out.
tell me we're live again.
I think we should be. Chat, let us know when we are live.
All right, I'm gonna reset it real quick. Oh crap! I think we're not live yet.
No.
Wait, hold on. Sarah Blow wanted this Mortal.
I think we should be live.
I don't know that. I think we're live though. Let me see. Checking 1 2, checking 1 2. What's up, everybody? How are you doing? I hope everybody is doing fine. I hope you
I
like
think
my beautiful song. Are we live? Are we live? I hope we are live, and let's
We
see.
got it.
I think we
Okay,
got it. We got it.
let's see.
We
Let's
got the
see.
point.
All right. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep.
Apparently, in the process of Sour trying to give Louis a timeout,
Yep.
it flipped back and gave Sour Blow a permanent PC timeout.
What you gonna do, Sour Blow, when the crazy one runs wild on you?
All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
I got you there. Keep putting me on timeout. I got you. I got you. Ha 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 ha.
We are
All
back.
right.
We are live.
We
Let's
are
do this.
live, guys. Sorry, I had a little bit technical difficulties. I saw a chancleta going over Sour Blue's head, so that's why we got. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, let's keep on going with the show. So, E3 canceled. What do you guys think about all this E3 issue? It's been canceled. I mean, that was crazy. We got like 2 months before E3, right? Is it 2 months? Am I lost? What month are
Yeah.
we at? I'm lost though. Is it? Are we?
It would have
it's
been
April, right?
It would have been
Right.
about June 10th to June 13th.
You tend
Generally.
to June 10th to June 13th?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we're 2 months before the E3, and all of a sudden they announce, hey, E3 is canceled. Oh man, I mean, why? But they should have just announced it from the beginnings, and I just hope that everybody just gets organized and comes up with the shows, because really we need to see more stuff. The only guys that have been showing stuff lately was PlayStation and Nintendo, right? So we need MS to show more stuff. We need MS to start showing their stuff. What do you think, Sarah Blow, about this whole three cancellation? How did it make you feel? Did you cry? Did you get angry? Did you throw a rant? Did you actually punch the TV, throw the computer out the window? Yeah, I know what I did though, but how'd you feel though?
I sold all my electronic devices
Oh man,
because
no.
I was so mad. No, um, I know that even if there's no E3, of course, everyone that plans to do a showcasing, they're gonna do their own showcasing, so that doesn't get me worried. What does get me worried is maybe in the long run for E3. I think it's a huge mistake for them to miss out this year, because there's someone on the sideline that is trying to, to win some to gain some
Traction.
traction in his own showcase, and that's in the Summer Game Show, I think it's called, the Jeff Keighley
Summer
one.
Games Fest, yeah.
Summer Game Fest, and he has already created, props to him, a huge fan base for the Game Awards. The Game Awards is super huge,
Yep.
and giving him this break, I don't think is a smart idea on E3 end, because now that he has that opening, you know, probably maybe not everyone, but a lot of these other companies that were planning to show something in E3, they can be like, you know what, let's go take it to the Summer Game Fest. And if he does a great job this year, that can really hurt future E3 events, definitely.
What do you think about that, Mr. Silent Cypher? About what has happened to the E3 cancellation? Did you throw your computer out the window? Did you run over your foot? Or what did you do? What was the angry rant you did when you heard that news? Because really, I was so mad when I heard that. I mean, you can't imagine. I just like literally, I just took off all my clothes and started yelling and blaming the whole world that all this stuff happened. Really, I was like, no, why does this have to happen 2 months before? So tell me, Silent Cypher, how do you feel about this whole E3 cancellation? I mean, I got mad. I was like, no. So now we don't know when they're gonna do shows, and I hope they announce it pretty soon. So yeah, tell us, how'd you feel about that?
You know, I'm not going to dwell on it for very long, but I will say that of all the scenarios that you gave for Sour Blow, as for when he found out about this news, one of them was punch a rat.
Punch a rat?
Punch a
No,
I
rat.
think you said punch a rat or something. It was
no,
weird.
I said
Weird.
punch the screen though, not not a
I
rat.
think you said punch a rat.
Punch a rat?
But anyways,
Yeah, that could happen though. Yeah.
yes, I did run over my own toes. I was very frustrated.
Yeah.
No, the thing is, right, is like the writing's on the wall. I feel like for the last few years, it's continued more and more in Jeff Keighley's favor, right?
Yep.
We had a pandemic, and in a pandemic, you had to go digital. And who was set up for digital? Jeff Keighley.
Yep.
And then you decided to cancel it this year. Guess who was right there waiting in the wings?
Yep.
Jeff Keighley.
He was ready, yeah.
He is ready, and I'll tell you some things right off the bat, right? Is like, you think of E3, the convention center in general, right? These companies had to pay a lot of money to reserve those areas, to reserve those sections like Kensha Hall, all that stuff throughout the booths. I guarantee you're not paying that much money to Jeff Keighley to get your games shown, and you're able to broadcast it live across the internet to everyone, right? Now, there is the social aspect, and I'm sure that that's going to come up in the chat, right? Is like that's where a lot of people got together. It was that one time a year, because most people couldn't go out to Germany for Gamescom, right? But there's very much that social side of things where like us guys that don't see each other in person on a regular basis, we could get together, we could talk games, we could do research, prep for the next show or whatever. But, as a company, like if you're looking at ways to save some money and you're looking at the last couple of years, how things have kind of affected you in some ways or not, this does allow you to save some money. And also, like Jeff Keighley seeing this, and I'm sure he's just like, he's like Smithers is like, yeah.
Well, he actually did a post immediately. Well,
did he?
he did a post before it, like a few hours before. I think he knew, with a little emoji. So he knew.
Well,
he knew what was coming.
I'm sure he knew, right? Because like he's been in this industry long enough. He's got connections. He knows what's coming.
Yes.
And so I'm sure he knew, and I'm sure he was very giddy. Like as soon as he found out that was a confirmed thing, he's just like, all right, I was planning on doing the Summer Game Fest anyways, but man, I just got so much more attention on this thing because the only competition out there, I mean, granted, I think Jeff Grubb's doing his game mess again this year, right?
Yep.
So you've got Jeff Grubb doing his stuff, and then you've got Jeff Keighley, and that's it. And that's going to be big. Like, obviously, EA will do their own show. Microsoft will do their own show again, like they usually do.
I think EA canceled them. Didn't they cancel?
I think EA canceled their show.
I think
too.
they canceled.
Oh, did EA cancel?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I take that back then. In that case,
or maybe it was
Microsoft
someone
will do
else,
one.
but I think it was them that canceled.
I think if I remember correctly, Embracer still has something lined up. And then you've got Microsoft. I don't think Sony is confirmed one way or another.
For August, actually, THQ Nordic announced that they got something for August.
Okay. So
speaking of showcase, real quick before I forget, huge shout out for I think it's the community indie showcase, which is this month, isn't it? The 23rd.
I think it's April 22nd.
22nd or 23rd.
Let me check real quick because seriously, our dates are pretty bad. And remember,
I think it's pretty. I'm pretty sure 23rd.
Because
and
I'm an old dude. I forget.
While you look for that real quick, I didn't see last year, which I think was the first one. I didn't see it when it came out, but when I saw, Wandering Dutch, great friend of our community, I decided, okay, let me take a look at it while I was at work, and it was a great showcase. I mean, it was an indie showcase, but they showed so many great indies such as Death Door, Scorn was there, and that was all
Yeah.
last year, and it was great pacing and everything. So I truly recommend that indie show, and
Yep.
I'm pretty excited for that showcase.
It's gonna
Yeah.
be April 23rd
Yep.
at 7
On a
p.m.
Saturday.
BST, 2 p.m. EST,
Yeah.
and 11 a.m. PST. So there you go, guys. We
Yeah.
got the Indie Community Indie Showcase 2022. So yes, let's go over there and let's have some indie fun. All right. Cannot wait for that showcase.
It'll be awesome that it's going to be on Saturday too.
Oh,
because
yes.
then
Cool.
Yes.
all of us get to enjoy it.
Yeah,
Which
nice
will
and
be really
peaceful.
cool.
Yeah, we don't have to be on the whole work thing, thinking about stuff like, gotta do this, you
Yeah.
gotta do that, dude. All right, Kojima Productions changes offices. Where do you think Kojima went? Sour Blow? Where do you think he would have gone though? That's where they changed the
Oh,
office.
Kojima, he's coming to XBI. You know,
Yeah.
Oh, he's coming to the show. All right,
Yeah.
that'll
You
be
see,
pretty
we
moving
cool.
all
lost,
his things
we
over
lost
here.
Mr. Joanna Dark, and so
Yeah.
he's going to be our fourth now.
Yep,
he's good.
yep, yep. He's gonna be a Fort now since Mr. Jonah
No.
Dark is now in high grounds, much more famous right now. Taking pictures with Master Chief and the
Yeah.
Fallout guys. Yeah.
Now, to be
on to-
honest,
on to better things. I
With
guess.
with Boxenberger statue, because that is Boxenberger statue. He took a picture with Boxenberger statue over there. He did. Yes, he did. He did. Yep. I'm telling you. Yep.
Yeah, the whole
He's a-
Kojima thing. I say, who knows with this with Kojima? He's I mean, he's well known in the industry, but he's also a big troll. He loves this. He loves like trolling people, and he loves getting us excited for what he's gonna work on. But
Yeah.
he loved that mystery element. So who knows what
Mhm.
he's gonna do? You know, he have people talking from uh every side. You know, he got people from the Xbox community, you know, excited for some potential cloud game. He got people from the Sony community excited for a possible, you know, return of a Metal Gear game, or possibly, you know, that PT or Silent Hill game. And, you know, knowing him, who knows? He might just come out with a game for Nintendo, and everyone's waiting for games on the other platform. But you know, I with him, I just take it like, you know, the wait approach and see what he surprises us with.
Yeah. Let's see what he's gonna surprise us with. Really. Oh man. Kojima. What is Kojima gonna bring next? I would love what Death Stranding too. Seriously, I would love to see the guy. I keep forgetting his name. The guy from Walking Dead. What's his name?
What was it?
No more
in the-
Reedus.
in
No
the-
more Reedus. I would love to
Yeah.
see No More Reedus back. I mean, that was a fun game. Seriously, I love Death Stranding. It was a really good game. Really good game. So yeah. Where do you think he went though, Silent Cypher? Where do you think Kojima would have moved to? Where do you think he went to? Do you think he moved to Xbox? Do you think he moved into PlayStation headquarters? Or Nintendo headquarters, or probably Atari headquarters? What do you think though?
You know, I get a little nervous, right? Because originally we heard that there was potentially a multi-game deal tied in with Microsoft, and it being what was it? It was a cloud-based game.
Yeah.
And I get a little nervous. Like I really, really hope that it's one of those situations of like no news is good news, right?
Yeah.
It makes me nervous though, because I feel like it's been so quiet for the last like 6 or 7 months. Because there was so much like draw up and build up to this thing of like Kojima's coming on. Like you saw it all over the internet. And then all of a sudden, radio silence. And it's like, I feel like that could either be a really good thing for Microsoft's side of things, or it was a bad thing because like things dropped out. Who knows? Like there's so many moving parts to these different agreements, these contracts, stuff like that. So who knows one way or another how this thing is going.
Yeah.
But I'm really, really hoping that whatever he was working on with Microsoft as a possible deal ends up coming through. Just because,
Yeah.
I mean, obviously there must have been a decent amount there. There was a good proposal, right? Otherwise, there wouldn't have been a deal. There wouldn't have been some sort of commitment or offer on the table if he didn't have something he had brought to the table. And so I'm just curious, like, if this deal didn't go through, does he bring this deal directly over to Sony and says, like, hey, these guys opted not to go for it, it's yours if you want it? Or does he end up scrapping those ideas? Like, I don't want Kojima ideas to get scrapped. I want someone to give him money and say, okay, here, you do your thing. Because that's how Kojima succeeds, is like when he gets money and he has unfettered access to the things he needs.
Yeah.
Guys,
What's up?
It was very hard work me doing this, but I finally managed. So I got the answer to where Kojima went. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm gonna step away real quick, and someone's gonna come in and tell you guys what he's been doing.
Yeah.
What?
There you go, guys. Kojima is an official member of the XBI international team. Not just kidding.
What? Where is he though? Where is it? I was like, where is he though?
Dude, I was hoping that you were actually gonna like throw his face into.
It's coming. What happened? You guys got delayed.
Oh, there it is. Yes. All right.
That's a good
well,
one.
there you have it, guys. We hit 300 subscribers, and that is our upgrade. We now have Kojima.
Yes, we are.
Although strangely, we lost Mr. Dark and Sour, and we got Kojima.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh man. So, Days Gone director Jeff Frost moves to Crystal Dynamics. Why would Jeff Frost move to Crystal Dynamics? What do you think, Sour? Why would that Mr. Jeff Frost move to Crystal Dynamics? What do you think, though? He got a better job opportunity? Do you think he's mad because Sony said no to Days Gone 2 for now? Or do you think that, anything happened, though?
Well, I think he wasn't no longer there. I think he had already left.
Yeah.
So, obviously, there was an opportunity there that he saw. And, it's cool. Let's see what comes out of there. I'm excited for the next Tomb Raider, definitely. I think they did a great job with the previous trilogy. And I'm curious to see because, Crystal Dynamic is working with the Initiative. And now, they announced this Tomb Raider game. So I'm pretty curious to see what's going on there. Do they have two teams and maybe there's a team there, or maybe Perfect Dark it's more it's coming sooner than we think, and maybe who knows, they're almost done and they're gonna start tackling they obviously first they could probably Perfect Dark, they're done with all the concept art and all that, which was probably done by the Initiative team initially. So they can have the Crystal Dynamic, artists start working on the concepts and all that. And maybe, once they're done with the Initiative, they can jump back to their game. So that makes me curious in so many aspects about what's going on there. Is Perfect Dark coming out sooner than we think? Or could there be something with Crystal Dynamic and Microsoft? I don't know, but it's interesting.
How about you, Mr. Silent Cypher? What do you think? Do you think since Sony said no to that Days Gone 2, do you think he's gonna do? Because I want to tell you something though. The idea he had for Days Gone 2 it was actually gonna be a great game. He was gonna make it co-op. He was gonna make it. When I heard that, I was actually really excited. I was like, man, why did Sony said no to that? Because really, co-op games are so much fun. You can play with your friend. Can you imagine Days Gone co-op? That would have been awesome. So what do you think though? Is he gonna be great over there in Crystal Dynamics? He's gonna do an awesome, beautiful job. Because another thing though, that Days Gone game, I think for me, it's one of those games that just got a really bad what's it called? Really bad rep, but it's actually a great game. It's a fun game. It's actually excellent. It got a bad rep because of the glitches and stuff, but the
Can,
game is pretty fun. So yeah,
can,
what do you
can
think
I
though?
can I add a questions to both of
Yeah,
you
yeah,
guys?
yes, you can add me a question. What do you want to ask, buddy?
Okay, if Days Gone would have co-op option, do you think that might have affected there being like a State of Decay 3? Because like a lot of people maybe
No,
think
no, no,
that
no. It's
some
no,
people think
it's
that
not the.
that State of Decay 2 should have had like a lot of the elements that Days Gone have. So you think that
It's
may have affected it maybe?
it's two different games because State
Okay.
of Decay you gotta grab a group of people and survive. This is just about one person to survive and that's it. So it's basically two different
But
games
it
right
would
there.
have had
Yeah,
co-op, maybe, they could have
I
been more similar. No?
Nah,
I I don't think whatever decision they ended up going with that one, I don't know. I don't think that would have really changed the trajectory of State of Decay's side of things. Because you think about it, and it's like they're already in the Microsoft family, in the Microsoft fold, which obviously it was very much a thing that they were like, hey, we want to let you, we want you to work on these projects. We want you to continue with these different projects that you've been working on, the IPs and stuff. State of Decay had a pretty long roadmap before they ever even got involved. Because the whole thing, when they got into Microsoft initially, if I remember correctly, the second game, or at least phase two or whatever it was at the time, was supposed to be like a giant online multiplayer type of game. Which obviously at the time with the funding and stuff like that, it didn't turn out to be that. We saw what we got with State of Decay 2, which is a really good game now. Like when the game first came out, it was a little rough. It's in way better shape now than it was at the launch. But I don't think whatever Days Gone would have done would have really affected the trajectory that State of Decay 3 was having,
yeah.
especially with Phil Spencer in charge, and having Matt Booty and stuff, and them supporting the idea of the creativity and expanding on those existing like worlds and stuff that they were working on, right? Like I think there was a lot less worry about, oh, we have a competitor, we can't make this game that's going to stand up to it, because they are still kind of different games to an extent. Um, but I think we would have still seen a State of Decay 3 one way or another. But in regards to Jeff Ross leaving, so I actually pulled up the Twitter they had on there. So he said, I'm excited to announce I work at the amazing Crystal Dynamics as design director. That's all I can say, other than that I'm thrilled with the project and especially the team of really wonderful people. And he says, I'll become a Seattleite this summer. Also, come work with me. So shameless plugging too. So there's the possibility, right? Is like maybe he's working on Tomb Raider, but I think because he threw the Seattleite thing out there, I think more than likely he's tied to Perfect Dark and working
Probably yeah.
with Microsoft on the Perfect Dark side of things. Because I don't believe that the hub working on, I mean, maybe things are different with this new Tomb Raider, but I don't think that same team is out of Seattle. So I
Interesting.
feel like maybe he's throwing a little bit of a hint in there saying like, this is where I'm going to, of which I'm all for it. Like, that's cool. We know that there's a lot of departures recently with the Perfect Dark side of things over there at the Initiative. And oh, sorry, no, I take that back. Initiative's California, isn't it? That one's San Francisco. So in that
Hmm.
case, I
I think
take
so.
back what I'm saying, because that might be that he is working on the Tomb Raider. I take back everything I've said. But whatever the case is, either way, whatever he lands on, I don't know. I could see positives on both sides of things. Like, obviously, the guy has a good work pedigree, and I think he would be really good. Just involved in either team. I don't know. If you tell me that the Days Gone guy or one of the Days Gone guys is tied into Tomb Raider, and I think of those Raptors that are in the original Tomb Raiders, like what you were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
And I think of a whole bunch of those coming at me while I'm Lara Croft trying to get away. That sounds kind of cool. But at the same time, I could see that as a really cool thing if you were working on Perfect Dark as well, right? Because having a bunch of enemies coming at you in like a first-person shooter or something like that would be a really cool thing to be like the Normandy beach storm on Call of Duty 2, where you had so many people on screen at once coming at you. That'd be cool.
Yeah. So before we go on to our main topic, which we all know which is gonna be, we're gonna talk a little bit about Max Payne, which is actually not our main topic. That'll be the last topic, right? Which is actually we're gonna have a little bit of fun because I know we all loved Max Payne back in the day. Did you play Max Payne, Sarah Blow? Did you play Max Payne?
Yes, I did. Yes, I
All
did.
right. So yes. So
100%.
before we go on to those last two news, it says here on Monday, our senior online programmer C Corsano speaks at the London Games Festival. He'll be talking about building the Hitman trilogy with Azure. So guys, we gotta watch out for that news. It's gonna be pretty cool. And one last thing. Capcom is raising its employees' base salaries by 30% in Japan, ahead of its expected fifth consecutive year of record profits. That's pretty cool, man. And really, those guys deserve that. They're doing an awesome job. They deserve that. Mad props to Capcom for raising those guys their salaries because they are really, those games just look all the time beautiful. I mean, I'm playing that Resident Evil Village game and wow, the detail. The baby, I was like, this is amazing. I was like, oh, you want to Gucci, the baby. Oh, man, it was just amazing. Man, everything in that game was just beautiful. Everything is beautiful. So, yes.
Did it remind you from the babies of Dante Inferno?
No, we do not get into that. That is just, no.
We don't talk about that.
You don't talk about that. Dude, I'll tell you something, though. I mean, I, as a personal experience, right? And this is true. Me playing Dante's Inferno, right? I was like, okay. When I first saw the babies, I did not know what to do. I just like, what am I gonna do? Should I attack him? Should I do this? Because seriously, it's like, I think was it Cleopatra that was behind talking, right? It was Cleopatra, right, in that scene. She was saying like, these are the babies that did not get baptized, and I was like, whoa. And I really thought about it. I was like, should I attack him? Should I attack him? And then when these guys brought in those knives at me, I was like, well, I gotta fight him because I gotta survive.
They even have like a little video explaining how, the whole concept of that. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, they did. It's pretty cool. Oh man, I gotta see that video because really that's gotta be really amazing.
I don't know if it's in YouTube somewhere, but it's in the game. I don't know if you have to beat the game and then it opens up, and I think it's after you beat it, it opens up the video. But I saw it. It was pretty cool. It was interesting the way they came up with all the ideas and stuff. Pretty cool.
That's awesome. So now, for the last topic, Remedy Entertainment posted up today. We are pleased to announce that we will remake the iconic Max Payne and Max Payne 2, The Fall of Max Payne, and in a new development agreement with Rockstar Games. What do you guys think about that? Are you guys excited? Are you guys happy? Oh my god, I mean, when I heard that news, it's like, wow, finally some big news dropped in. We're getting Max Payne back. Oh my god, it's been how long? When was the last Max Payne game? Seriously. What was it? Was it like
that was, I think, 2013?
2010? Something like that?
No, I think it was a little bit more recent than that. I think it was like 2012, 2013.
I think it was way back.
Let me double check. Because it was towards the end, or sorry, that would have been what, 2011, 2012, because it was right at the end of 360.
Yeah, 2012.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that was such a fun game. And you guys are gonna kill me, but that was the actually first Max Payne game I beat. I did not beat the first one or the second one.
You didn't play 1 and 2?
Nope. I just played it. I just played a little bit just to see because remember, When that
And,
game came out, we had the Matrix going on. So yeah, you got the slow motion. I remember when Max Payne used to jump on the side like,
oh, you missed out.
and
My
the boy,
goodness.
and he used to do like, oh, that was it him that used to do a front flip when they were, no, that was the
No,
Matrix
no,
game.
no, no.
That was the Matrix game. But yeah, when you saw the bullets just when you're going like,
Yeah, yeah, that
oh
was
man, that was
The Matrix. But
no, no. Max Payne has slow
Max Payne
motion.
had
Yeah,
it too. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
But
He,
I thought you were saying, the whole Matrix thing.
no,
Okay,
no, no,
I
no,
got
no.
you.
Because
Okay.
when Max Payne, when you jump to the side with the guns,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
used to, and
You used to
when he went
sideways.
backwards, also
Yeah.
backwards,
Yeah.
he just kept on
Yeah.
shooting. Yeah,
Have you ever
Matt,
played this game called? I think it was in the PlayStation 2,
was it?
and maybe it was in the Xbox One. Maybe I'm not sure. It was called Total Overdose. You ever played that game?
Oh, yeah.
That
I did not
game,
play
that
Total
game was
Overdose.
fun. That game
Yeah.
was fun. It was
Yeah.
kind of like a GTA, but it had like Max Payne element, and it
Yeah.
had some like abilities too. It was in Mexico. It was pretty. It was funny. You should look it up. That game was super fun. Definitely.
Another time
I never
out.
got to beat it because my CD was scratched a little bit or something, and I only got to a certain point and it kept freezing on me. But yeah.
Oh man. So So tell me, bro. When you heard that news, what did you do? I mean, I'll tell you what I do, man. Seriously, when I heard that news, I was so excited, man. Seriously, I was about to take all of my clothes and jump in the shower, take a really nice warm shower, and just scream out of excitement. So yeah, tell me, how did you feel when you heard that news?
Well, to be honest, when I heard the news, I didn't have much
Yeah.
time to react because I was working on different things. But I definitely am excited for Max Payne. I love Max Payne. It's I think it's great game. Definitely the story and even the game play to me was pretty like revolutionary at the time. And I'm super excited to see what they're gonna do now. Um, the last Remedy game I played was Control, which I didn't like it as much as other, but I did like the gameplay of it.
Yeah.
I thought the gameplay was pretty cool of it. So imagining what they can do now with the newer Max Payne, it should be a
Also,
pretty cool game.
they got Rockstar backing them up. That's gonna be real awesome.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. That's heavy leagues right there. I mean, Rockstar's gonna back them up. But didn't Rockstar make Max Payne 3? Didn't they help out or something?
Yes. Well, so
Yeah.
Rockstar had taken over the franchise by
Yeah.
the time that 3 came out.
Yeah. I remember Max Payne 3 had like Rockstar behind it. I was like, yeah, I remember that. And so they're gonna put it, and I'm excited. And for me, I'm actually really happy because since I didn't play 1 and 2, now it's gonna be my chance to play 1 and 2. So yeah, I am more excited than anybody about this game because really I've heard great stuff about Max Payne all my life, and I was like, man, why didn't I play these games?
But you know what,
But-
crazy? I'm gonna tell you the same thing you told me the other day. You gotta go back and play the old version first, and then play it because you don't know what they're gonna
Yeah.
change on the newer ones.
Oh no, I don't have to play it, man. I just look for it on YouTube and watch it. That's
No,
it. So-
no,
you
no,
can't.
No, no,
Okay.
come on,
That's
man,
okay.
no,
I get what you're saying.
no.
They're not super long games. You need to play through them.
Yes.
I'm
Okay.
bummed. I'm bummed that you never played them because there are certain things that happen in those games that I'm not going to spoil. But my God, I was really hoping that you had played because there were some things in those games, especially at the time that I played those games. I was pretty young, and I
Yeah.
remember playing those and having some of the stuff that happened in them, just being like, "Wow, what are we doing?" Like it was messed up. Some of the stuff in those games.
Was it as messed up as what was this game called? That game was really messed up. Oh man, the guys that's in jail and he's got monsters all over him. Oh man, I
Are
forgot
you
the
talking about the
game.
suffering?
The Suffering. Oh my God, that was a messed up game.
No, it was definitely not as intense as the suffering.
Okay.
Suffering, my goodness, yeah, I'm with you. That was That was a whole different beast
And
on
that's
its own.
and that's another game that needs to be brought back. Please bring back that game.
So Doom Reaper brought up a really good point too in
Yeah.
regards to some of those old ones. So bringing back Manhunt, I'd be curious if they brought back Manhunt at this point. I don't know. I don't know how easy it would be to get people on board with, hey, we're bringing this back, because Manhunt, I really enjoyed that game. But
Yeah, that game was fun too.
That had
Yeah,
a lot
that-
of
that one.
specific details to it that I feel like would maybe not pass the muster nowadays.
Is Def Jam also Rockstar?
No,
Def Jam, Vendetta, no.
Def Jam.
no.
Okay.
Def
Uh,
Jam was EA.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it
I'm
That
just
was,
confused because I had those two games around the same time. So
I think I'm
That-
gonna mess it up, but I feel like it was like EA Black Box at the time. I think that was
Okay.
one of theirs, or it was one of their other offshoots of EA.
that's a game. That's
But-
actually a game that I actually really missed. Def Jam Vendetta. I had so
Oh,
much
yeah.
fun with that game.
that
That was a
game
good game.
That game was good.
That was
So-
a good game.
So going back to Max Payne and fun
Yeah.
fact, I don't know if I think I told you guys earlier previously, and obviously I mentioned it at the beginning, but like I'm a big Remedy guy. I really enjoyed their stuff that they've made, but it was pretty cool and it was fun. The fact that so the first Max Payne, the character model, the face and everything, that was off of Sam Lake, who was the developer of the game. Because if you go back to Max Payne 1, it's a different face and different character model than it is in number 2. Number 2 goes, so the first one looks like Sam Lake with like a squinched up angry face at all times. Whereas number 2, they went to that like noir feel, and it felt like it looked like almost Treat Williams from like The Substitute, or God, I don't think you'd know it out there, but they had one called Everwood out here, and Treat Williams was in that. It looked like it had Treat Williams in it. And then the third one was like a whole different character model altogether as well. But yeah, no, dude, I'm very excited that Max Payne 1 and 2 are getting the reworks. I would be very curious as to what that looks like, right? Like, are they going to do a ground up remake of these things, or are they just going to clean them up and send them out? Because you look at something like the GTA 5 remaster, and yeah, I mean, it felt like it was pretty bare bones, but my God, like if that game looks great, and I would really, really like to see. I'd like to see Remedy do the same thing with this one, or these two, as they did with Alan Wake, because the new Alan Wake, the remaster on that, like the lighting, everything that they brought into it, the HDR, it looks so good. And those games could definitely use it, especially in the control department. If they tweak the controls and make them feel a little bit better, that would be great too.
So wait, you're asking Assassin Lupa, have you seen one of the Crazy Louie timeouts yet? If you do that, she will actually be really happy that you do that, and she will say, "Keep it on, keep it on."
Oh wait, did I hear that right? Lupa wants a timeout.
Yeah, she does.
Is that what I heard?
Yeah, but before you give me a
No.
timeout, let me shout out to a couple people that have been in here. Wait,
Yes,
give me a second.
yes.
Wait, oh man, we got all right. Let's go from the start because I gotta way back. Okay, let me see. Big the Click familia, ¿cómo estás, mi querido hermano? Wow, Big the Click was here, my brother. I think he still is with us. I love you, Big the Click. Thanks for hanging out with us. Eternal Umbra, what's up, my dear brother? Thank you for coming on the show and waking up, because I know Eternal Umbra. I think Eternal Umbra is from Australia, right? Yep, he's from Australia. Yep.
That's true.
So yeah, he just woke up and just
yeah.
hopped onto the show. Thank you, Turnover, for hopping on the show. And I hope you had your coffee, because coffee is really good. Also, Doom Reaper was here with us. Hey, what's up, Doom? Hey, Doom likes to play Friday the 13th. We gotta invite Doom to play with us Friday the
Dude, I'm for it.
13th. Oh man, that's gonna be a lot of fun. He also said that in May we have a Friday the 13th. Did you know that? Yeah,
Wait,
we do
what?
it.
Oh
May
yes, yeah, in May. Yeah,
That
so I
may also
think I think we, whether we play it this Friday or we play it again beforehand, we will have to play it on Friday, May 13th. Like, it
yeah.
feels like it's just required.
Also, Black Cardi here with us. What's up, Black Cardi? Well, how are you doing, sir? Let me see who else is here. I hope. Oh, Jay Vargas. How are you, my brother, Jay Vargas? Welcome, 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 my dear brother. Jordani Quesada, man. Again, hope you feel better because I know you're with that root canal. Again, bro, buddy, hope you feel better and hope you get that job done with that root canal because, oh, man, that hurts so much. What's over here? And Assassin Lupa. Hello, Assassin Lupa. Happy to see you here and welcome to XBI. It's an honor to see you here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And Sablo, I think you're now going to hit the timeout button just to please Assassin Lupa, right?
Yes, I did now. Did you notice how Crazy Lou changed his voice when he mentioned Assassin Lupa? He went like full like good boy, like in.
He goes very innocent, very mellow. Very much watching his P's and Q's again, just like what we talked about at the beginning of the show. Thank you, Assassin, for keeping Crazy at bay. Speaking of folks keeping him at bay, so Eternal Umbra did jump in and notify you. He's from Chi-Town.
Chi-Town.
He's a Chicago boy.
Oh, Chicago boy.
His co-hosts are from Australia.
Quick question: are you, since you're from Chicago, you're a wrestling fan, and are you a CM Punk fan? That's for Eternal Umbra.
Take a moment for him to get back to you, but we'll see.
It's fine. Crazy, you're back, right?
Oh, I'm back. Yes, I see myself again here. Oh, right. Well, oh, look, Assassin Lupa said, love it. This is great. Yeah, see, I told you. Oh, man. Now I can't imagine every Wednesday Lupa's going to come up and say, put him on timeout.
I'm all for it. That's fine. That's fine.
Oh, man. Well, guys, time to land. Time to say our goodbyes. Have our passengers I hope our passengers have just had an awesome flight with us and enjoyed this awesome show. So yeah, let's start with who should I start with? Should I go? Guys. You know what we should do? We should play rock paper scissors lizard spot. What do you guys think? So I can choose one of you all first. What do you guys think? No.
For outros, what?
Do you know what? Sour is a better man than I, so I'll let him.
You let Sour blow? Oh, yeah, man.
It's all him.
I wanted y'all to play rock, paper, scissors, lizard, Spock, man.
No, I'm pacifist. I'm pacifist tonight. We're just
okay.
Go for it, Sour.
Okay. So Sour Blow, tell us, where can we find you, sir?
Well, you can find me in Twitter and the Xbox console, SourBlow18. And you can find me on YouTube in Sour Blow Gaming, where we have a Spanish-speaking podcast every Tuesday at the same time as XBI, 7 p.m. If you speak Spanish, go ahead, pass by. Actually, yesterday we had a developer from Brass Lion Entertainment. It was an awesome episode. So pass by if you know some Spanish, and we talked about a lot of great things there. And besides that, I try to, roam around different podcasts, but most of the time I'm working. So sometimes I'm there just lurking, but I'm listening to all the podcasts around.
Yeah. So, did you say where we can? Oh yeah, you said we.
Oh yeah, quick thing. Tomorrow, there's a Starfield video coming out in this channel around 11 a.m. So stay tuned for that. It's a short video, It has a lot of information.
That all over on Twitter.
We'll be sharing it too.
Yep. Let me say something to Eternal Umbra. Eternal Umbra, hey, I have the WWE game. It's great. It's a lot of fun. I'll be honest with you, the game nailed it. Seriously, it nailed it. I'm telling you, it nailed it really well. But there's only one problem with the game. There's not that much of wrestlers, which is actually missing out on that. And
AEW did a wipeout.
AEW did a wipeout. So yeah, I mean, I will wait for for the price to drop and then get it because also the Rey Mysterio story is pretty short. I beat it like in an hour or two. That wasn't that long, and so yeah, wait for a price drop to get it. It's a fun game. It's actually really fun, but wait for it to drop price.
I also
That's my
want to see when the
recommendation.
AEW game comes out.
Yeah. Yeah, I
It's
want to
supposed
see
to
that
come.
too.
Yeah, I want to
That's
see
gonna be
when they come
crazy.
out.
Oh man. So Silent Cipher, where can we find you, buddy? Besides the Where's Waldo book.
That's a random pull. I won't accept it. You can find me on Xbox, you can find me on Twitter, YouTube, Twitch. You can find me everywhere as Silent Cipher. Or you can also find me in some of the different community podcasts, hanging out with Wandering Dutch, hanging out with Miles Dampierre on Saturdays and Saturdays, hanging out with Mr. Boom, Colt. I'm all over the place. And if you don't see me in the chat, odds are I'm just lurking because I'm at work or I'm doing chores or something, but I'm listening. I'm always around. So yeah, if you ever want to play any games, you want to play anything with us as the crew, you can find us. We're going to be trying to do some more streaming on Fridays. It would be great to have some of you guys in the community come and play with us as well.
Yeah.
Besides that, you can find me every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time on XBI with these beautiful gentlemen right here and our missing brother, Mr. Joanna Dark.
Yeah, Mr. Joanna Dark is, like I said, he's taking pictures with a boxing burger statue, taking pictures with a bunch of stuff, and I just hope he brings me a souvenir. Yep.
We'll
Nice
see.
souvenir from over there. A nice hat, shirt. Hey, I'm XL in the hat. I got a big head, so you gotta get me a big hat. So yeah. So before I go to my outros, guys, I had to make a quick announcement again about Community Indie Showcase 2022, which is going to be 23rd of April, 7 p.m. BST, 2 p.m. EST, and 11 a.m. PST, which is going to be on a Saturday. And I think it's going to be on the Midweek Mix-Up podcast. Yep, it's going to be the midweek. It's going to be on Wonder Dutch channel, right? Yep, it's going to be on the Wonder Dutch channel. Yeah.
Yes, it is definitely. Yeah.
It is. Yes, it is. So it's definitely going to be the Wonder Dutch channel. So you guys remember to tune in. It's going to be a fun show. Tune in to that show, and again, I'll repeat it again as the things go by. The days, oh man, I messed up. As the weeks go by, I'll keep mentioning it till the day comes because really, it's gonna be a really fun show, and we gotta support it because all these guys that are in with him together are doing an excellent job and working really hard for it. So, guys, time for my outros. All right, let's go. Let me warm up a bit. Stretch a little bit. Okay. So, where can you find the crazy one? It's really easy. Where you can find the crazy one on Twitter, it's at Crazy Louie Gaming, where I dance, make shower videos, which Assassin Lupa loves, and she said earlier in the chat she would have been here. If I could be on next week, I would put Louie in a timeout permanently. I know you would, Assassin Lupa. That's why I love you to death. Yes, I do. Also, and like I said, on my Twitter, I love to dance, do funny stuff, say good morning, everybody, wish everybody a happy day. So, guys, come follow me and chill out with me. And also, we can debate, talk, have a couple things, and enjoy. Just have a little bit of fun over there on that Twitter. Also, Tuesdays, I'm with my brother, Sarah Blow, in Gaming Lobby at Sarah Blow Gaming, where we talk in Spanish about what's going on in the Latin community with gaming and stuff like that. That's what we do. Gaming news over there and talk all that stuff. And last but not least, you can find me here at Crazy Louie Gaming YouTube channel on Wednesdays, Xbox International, with my brother Silent Cypher, my brother Sauerbro, and Mr. Seattle, Mr. Joanna Dark, that he's over there and he's come join us next week. So guys, as I always say, love gaming, stop the hating, and remember. Let's go, let's rock, and let's get crazy. Yes, see y'all next time in chat. You guys rock. Thank you so much for being a part of the show. And also, we had technical difficulties, and thank you for hanging out.
Yeah,
after the technical.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you so much.
Sure.
Love you all. Mwah. See y'all next week. Bye-bye.
See ya.
See you guys. Thank you.
Thank you for listening to the XBI Podcast. Please make sure to like and subscribe on the way out. We'll see you next time.